Okay. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, good evening.
Okay.
Is this session being streamed on YouTube?
Yeah, you can see in the top bottom corner it is being streamed.
Okay. Thank you so very much because there's a parallel app going on and things are clashing, or else we can miss stuffs.
Okay. So first, I want to introduce myself. I am Mohammed Salim, and I am a diploma level student in this degree, as well as I am a teaching assistant of Python. And I think this is the first TA session of yours, right?
Yes.
Okay. So there are three TAs of Python, me and one is Devanshu, and there is Mrinal. Mrinal will be the TA for this month, and after that, there is a guy called Kostub. He will be taking over. So these are the TAs of Python, and I am going to take the Tuesday TA session every week. So first of all, I want to ask you, what do you want me to cover in this session? Because there are two things in my mind. The first thing is that I'm thinking to cover the theory of the week one, and the other thing which is in my mind is to cover all the grpas or other programming questions or your doubts also. So these are the two things. What do you want?
First one.
CRPA.
Second one.
Okay, instead of asking like that, I'm generating a poll. You can give your votes, okay? Because it is not possible for everyone
Okay.
to unmute themselves and give the votes. Okay, wait a minute. The poll is there, you can vote now. Just have to click on these several dots which are showing at the top bottom right corner. Come on, vote everyone, because there are only four votes here and it is a tie. Please vote. If you don't know how to vote, just go to the bottom right corner. There will be a button which is containing several dots. Just click on it and click on the polls section, and then this poll should come out. You can give your votes there. I'm waiting for 1 minute only, and then I will choose according to the votes.
I'm sorry, I did not understand what exactly we have to do.
There are two things: the week one theory plus practice questions, which I will be generating according to myself, and the other thing is programming assignments and other kind of theoretical assignments like practice assignment, etc.
Okay.
So you have to give the vote between them.
Where? Where to give the vote?
In the bottom right corner, there will be a button where you will see several dots. Can you see it? There are 9 dots. a button. You can click on it, and then there will be a section called votes. Sorry, polls. Okay, already I can see that most of the people here want week 1 programming assignments plus other assignments. So I will be taking that. Okay, it is done. I'm ending the poll. For the sake of completeness, I will not be covering it in detail, but let's discuss first the basic theoretical part, because like it will be important for you. So let me create a collab sheet and quickly cover all the theoretical part, and then we will move to the programming assignments. Just give me 2 minutes. Is my screen visible to all of you? Okay. So first of all, I want to cover more, some basic things which are very important. The first question that you should ask is, why is programming? Before asking what is programming, you should ask this question, that why is programming? Why we need the programming? Okay. So for that, uh, I would be taking your words or your point of views, but because we will be focusing on the assignment part, so let's briefly discuss it. Why is programming? Okay, so let's suppose, let's take an example. Let's suppose uh, I am Mr. Kumar, and I live in Delhi, and I know Hindi, I know English, and I also know Sanskrit. Let's suppose. Okay, so these are the languages which I know. Um, for some reason, I went to a rural area of Nigeria, let's say, and there nobody knows these languages, right? Nobody knows Hindi, nobody knows English, nobody knows Sanskrit. So what I can do to make them understand what I want to convey, to convey my messages, what can I do? What are the options in my hand? The first option is that uh, don't talk to them, right? Like my ego is too high and I don't want to learn their language, and I say I'm not interested in you. But it is not the case for like every situation, because let's suppose these people are very useful to me, and I want them to understand my language, or I want to convey some messages to them. So for that, I have to pick the second option, which is to learn their language, because I know that these people are very useful. These people are like, they have the potential which I don't have. They can do several tasks for me. They can like uh, they are very useful for me in general. So I have to learn their languages, and it is the same for computer. Like, the computer is very powerful, right? Computer is very powerful, and it can do some tasks in milliseconds, which takes us several hours. And you have to admit it, right? Because that's why we are learning the programming. So the option we have is the second option, that we have to learn the language of the computer. That is why we are learning the programming. So that is the first question. And the second question is, what is programming? Because it is very tricky for you people, because you are learning Python, and Python is a high level programming language. There are two types of programming language. I am not going to write it in notes, but I am talking it in general. There are two types of programming language. The first is low level programming language. To give you a very simple definition of low level programming language, these are the languages which directly talks with the hardware of the machine. So everything which you write in low level programming language, you have the full control of the hardware. You can make the blocks in the hardware, and then you can store your data in those blocks, and you can like manage every single thing. To give you an example, C is a low level programming language. It is very popular, right? But the problem with low level programming language is that they are not easy. They are not so easy as compared to high level programming languages. So that's why we learn high level programming languages, where we declare what we want computer to do, and everything is handled by computer. And our code which we write, like for an example, if I write here print hello world and I run the code, it will take some time because it is the first time for this collab sheet. I have run it first time, so it will take some time. And the hello world is coming out. It is that much easy in Python. But if you go in the history, it was not that easy to print hello world. If you go to Java, if you go to C or C++, you will understand that there are several abstraction of programming. So we are learning high level programming languages, but there are several different types of programming. So that's the issue. So that is why it is very hard for us people, because it is like we are at the edge, so we don't know what is programming and what it does at the end. So every programming language, be it high level or low level, the purpose of programming languages is to have some easy way to communicate with the computers. Some people says that the programming languages are the language of computer, but that is not entirely true, because the computer understands only binary language. Binary language means zeros and ones. Python only understands zeros and ones. If you saw some hacking kind of movie, then these kind of zeros and one kind of language is used there to show some people, to show them that they are hackers. So the computer understand only binary languages, but we are writing Python. So how the thing is working behind the scenes, what we don't know, it is the concept of compilers and interpreters. And I hope you know it, because it is the high school level thing. Compilers and interpreters, they do what? They convert our programming language code, in simple words Python code, to this machine code, or in simple words I should say binary code. So that's what happens in every single programming language. So when someone says to you that programming is the language of computer, then that phrase is not entirely true. It is true, but it is not entirely true, because at the end of the day, Python, your computer is going to understand only zeros and ones. So this is the theory which is very important when you start a programming language. Now what we should do, we should understand some basic things in programming. The first thing is variables. Variables are just buckets. They store some data, just like buckets store some water inside them. So in Python, it is also very easy to define variables. Like I say a is equals to 10, and then I say b is equals to let's say not my name, hello world, let's say. Okay, so Python is dynamically typed language. What do I mean by this? I am just covering theory, but these theory, these kind of things are very important. Dynamically typed. Like for an example, I had created a variable called a, and that value 10 is stored there. But if I print the type of a, what do you think? What is going to come out?
Integer.
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 Yeah, it is coming out to be the class of integer. Forget the class because you are going to understand what are classes in the later weeks. But for now, just focus on that it is int type, right? We will focus more on the types, but for now, just understand that Python automatically understands the type of our variable. So that means the dynamically typed. We didn't specify the types of our data of our variables, but Python dynamically fetched the type of our variable just by seeing the 10, like using the common sense, you can say. And if I do the same thing with the type of b, then it will come out to be str, which is the type strings, right? So that's how the typing works in variables. So variables are just buckets, they are just containers. And after that, what we should know, we should understand different data types in Python. So two of the data types which we had already seen are int, and then there is str. For creating a integer, you just have to give, like in mathematics, what is integer. The definition is same here. Every number which is not containing any irrational numbers, and it is not containing any decimals, those are called integers. You know it better than me, right? It is just a maths concept. So int, and then str is something which we want to store inside our uh, like inside our memory as it is, as we defined it. Like if I define hello world, then if I want this text to be stored as it is, like I can also store a integer here, I can also say 10. But if it is stored in these single quotes or double quotes, you can also use the double quotes, there is no restriction, then it will be interpreted as strings in Python. So that is strings. And there are several other types like floats. I hope you know them. Float is something like, let me create a variable c, and now if I say 10.0, now it have some decimals, although it is not containing meaningful decimal values, but it have decimals. So Python is going to interpret it as a float. If I say type of c, then as you can see, it is going to come out as float, right? So int is str and float are there. And there's also boolean. So for that you use in short bool. So what is boolean? Boolean is something which is containing only two values, true and false.
True or
So
false?
yeah. And please remember the syntax. Many people make the mistake here. The T in the true is capital and the F in false is also capital. It is not the same in other languages like JavaScript or Java. They are completely small, but here in Python, you use something like this, right? So please remember the syntax. The Boolean contains only two data types.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
I just want to clarify one thing. I just want to know one thing. All
Okay.
the sessions by TA and instructor in Python will be streamed.
Yeah, as you can see, it is being streamed in your
Means
top
I'm
left corner.
all these will be streamed on,
Right,
like TA and instructor both.
right, right.
Thank you, sir.
You can access them in the channel called Programming in Python. You can
Yes, sir.
search it on YouTube and then you can access them there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So these are static data types, and there are some collection data types also. Like there is a data type called list, and the list is, as the name suggests, it is the list of several other kind of data types. Like you can use big brackets, like I am using here, and I can say um, apple and then mango. As you can see, I am storing several different kind of strings. This is also a string, this is also a string, and this is also a string. So these are the three values which I am storing. So these are the lists, and then there's also sets. There are also what do you call the
Dictionaries.
dictionaries, and there are also the tuple. There are several different kind of data types, and these collection data types you are going to study in detail in the later weeks. So for now, just focus on these int, str, float, and boolean, and how to change one data type to other. Like for an example, this a is an integer now, but what I can do, I can say that a is equal to str of a. So what I am doing, I am converting my a to the str, and now I am assigning this new value to again a. So I am, in short words, I am updating the value of a. So now if I print the type of a, then it will come out to be str. And if I just print a after it, then as you can see, the 10 is coming out, but the difference is showing here when we are calling the type. So these are the differences. You can do the type changing also. These are like mainly done between strings and integers, but in the later questions when you will be solving some grps, then this kind of manipulation in the types will be very helpful. So you should know that, you should have it in your pocket. And after these data types, in short, I also want to cover operators. There are four type of operators. I hope you know them. The first is arithmetic operators. I'm not going there in detail, but I am going to give you some, like plus, and there is minus, and there is also multiply, which is a star in Python, and then there is simple division, and there is floor division, and there is modulo, which is remainder in simple words, and there is exponentiation. So these are arithmetic, some of arithmetic operators, and then there are what do you call?
Relational. Relational.
Relative operators.
Sorry,
Relative operators.
Relational operators.
let's forget the name, but there are some operators which are logical. So these are these, right? And, or, and not. And then there are some operators which use um,
Greater than, less than,
comparison
equal
operators,
to.
which use like this operator is used for checking if two things are equal, and this is for not equal, and this is greater, and this is greater equal, this is less, and this is less equal. So this is the third type of data type, sorry, operator. And the fourth operator, I'm missing it, but you can revise it using the lectures. I'm just revising it, giving you a quick revision of them so that we can smoothly focus on the assignments. So that's it. After that, the professor focuses on some string methods. So we will see that when the time comes in the assignments. So that's it for the revision of it. I had gone too fast for now, but what we can do, we don't have much time. We have to cover all the graded assignments. So now I'm sharing the screen. Let me know if it is visible or not. Is it visible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we
So
are only doing the one grade assignment, right?
sorry, your voice is stuttering. I don't know why. Can you repeat it again, what you had just said? Okay, so tell me one thing. Should I go top to bottom in GRPs or bottom to top?
Sir,
Up to
GRPs are already done, no?
In previous session?
Yes, sir.
Previous session we did everything.
Yes, sir. All the GRPs are done.
Yes.
I,
Sir,
I think this is the first TA session. Are you talking about instructor session?
In instruction
Yes, sir.
section only we completed the all GRP.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
so like in the poll, people had said,
Actually, I could not be a part of that lecture,
Then
so
we can
please
start
continue.
from top to bottom, 1 to 5.
okay,
हाँ,
so
please.
what we can do for now, you can ask me the questions in which you are having the problems, most of the people. So according to that, we can take the questions. So
sir,
GRPA 2.
GRP
GRP
5.
GRPF 5. Okay, we will take them one by one. Now GRPA 2. Relational and logical. We are going to focus on numbers, and we are going to use the operators of relational and logical. Okay, so let's study the questions. Solve all the below tasks related to the relational and logical operators. This exercise gives you practice in building up Boolean expressions. Instructions on how to solve. Okay, in this type of question, you should not take input or print anything, okay, unless you are explicitly asked to. Assign the result of the required computation to the correct variable name, as it will be evaluated for type and value by the evaluator. Okay, so we don't have to change the name of the variables. We have to remain it as it is. The input variables will be assigned by the evaluator based on the test cases. Okay, the gray part is like prefix code. Okay, the three dots called as ellipses in Python are like placeholders. So these are the placeholders, these three dots everywhere. So you have to replace these placeholders with the original code which you will be writing. The inputs on the code blocks are just sample inputs. They won't be evaluated in the actual test cases. Okay, so this is the normal. We are done with that. Let's move to the test cases.
Yes.
Now we are checking the output 1 and a value is 6. Okay, so what we have to do, we have to true if if greater than or equal to 5. What we have to use, we have to use the value of a, and we have to say a is greater than 5 or greater than equal to, right? It's that simple. And then we have to check if true if a is divisible by 5. So logically, if you think that if a will be divisible by 5, then what will be the remainder? What do you think?
0.
Sorry?
Zero.
0.
Zero. Zero.
A,
0. So if
A
I
modulo.
say a modulo 5 equal to 0, then this expression is going to give just that, right? Like as you can imagine that I am going to take my value of a and I am going to divide it by 5, and then I am going to use this comparison operator which is equal to 0. And this comparison operator always gives what? It always gives the Boolean value, the true and the false. So in those kind of situation where my remainder is 0, then it will give me true, and that is what we want. You agree or not?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now what I have to do, I have to return true if a is odd number and less than 10. So how many conditions do I have?
2.
Two conditions.
2. Okay, and like do I have to satisfy both the conditions or any one?
Both conditions.
Both the
Both
conditions.
the
Both the
conditions.
conditions. Okay, when we have to satisfy all the conditions, then we use and or.
And
And
Okay, so you can plot the logic in your mind. So main thing is logic. Main thing is not the Python code. Main thing is logic. Okay, so you are making the logic. Now what I will do, I will open the first parenthesis and I will add my first condition here. What is the first condition? A is odd number. So in mathematical terms, how do you say a number is odd? When it is not divisible by 2, right?
Yes.
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 And how do I convert it using Python? I can say a modulo 2
A
is
module.
True
not
not
equal
equal
to.
to 0.
Great. You are doing fine. Fabulous. And now the second condition is what? Less than
10.
10. So what I will say, it is very simple. I will say a less than 10. Great. Okay, so output 3 is also in our range. Let's move to this one. And this is saying true if a is an odd number
Can you
within
explain
the.
that? Can you explain line number 15? Modular.
Okay, so what this condition is saying, let's forget this whole condition. Let's focus on this condition. What is a modulo 2? What does it specify? What do you think?
If you a divided by 2, it will be odd number.
No, I am not asking about not equal to 0. I am just asking what a modulo 2 is going to give you. The remainder,
Remainder.
remainder when divided by what? When divided by 2, right?
Correct.
Then how do we specify a number is odd? We specify a number is odd if it is not divisible by 2, right?
Right.
And if a number is not divisible by 2, then it is going to give some kind of remainder. The remainder cannot be 0, right?
Correct.
So that is why I am saying that if a number gets divided by 2 and
Okay.
it
Not
gives,
equal to means this one after the two that.
right,
Yes.
this condition is saying that after dividing by 2, it is not giving 0 remainder, it is giving non-zero remainder.
Okay. Got it.
Okay,
Thank you.
great. Output 4 is saying a is odd number and within the range of -10 to 10. Okay, so what I am going to do, the first thing is as the same as before, which is a modulo 2 is not equal to 0, which is condition for odd, right? And the second thing is the range between -10 to 10, and we have to check if this range is exclusive or inclusive. Oh, it is not specified here.
One request. Actually, one request. Can you please zoom your this screen little bit? It's very minute.
Okay, okay, just any issue you have, just please ask me. Okay, is it visible correctly
Yeah,
now?
now, yeah.
Visible.
Now it's fine. Thank you. Thank you
Okay,
so
great.
much.
And the second condition is what? It should be between -10 to 10. So what I will say, -10 a and then 10. I am just making a sandwich between -10 to 10, right?
Yes.
Okay, so these are the two conditions for the output 4. And if it gives some kind of errors, then we will also add equals, because in the question it is not mentioned it is inclusive or exclusive. Do you remember in the maths one, both of the ranges you studied, exclusive, inclusive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So it is not mentioned in the question. If it gives some kind of errors, then we will add equals here. Don't worry, just the public test cases and the private test cases is just for your help. They are not against you, so you can use them according to for your help. Okay. Output 5. It will return true if a has even number of digits, but not more than 10 digits. Okay, it is great.
Why are you solving all these questions? This is supposed to be solved by us. You can give examples.
Okay, but it is permitted, we can solve it.
We
We
can
have a
No,
permission.
you are basically trying to solve and making things easier for students. This is not the right way. This is
Right,
my
right, right.
opinion. You
No, no,
are,
no, you are
you
right.
are basically making a question, you are solving a question paper and giving the answers. This is not the right thing. This is
Yes,
my
yes.
opinion.
No, 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 you are right. I completely agree with your opinion. I'm not disrespecting with your opinions in any
Yeah,
kind of
so
way.
solve something which is going to guide us to help us to solve these problems, not just directly solve the problems.
Okay, okay. Does some everyone agree? Should I do that?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have I have the
Complete this.
permission to do the both. I
Yeah.
will go according to what
But
you
sir,
think.
one thing is there in my hello.
We have some problem
Sir,
Yes,
with
yes, I
your
am
voice.
here.
there are some students which are new. So for them, in early stages we can solve. So it is not. I don't think it is bad.
Then we have to consider same also. All are new there, we have to explain them. Then we can go for the what we expected, Mr.
I am a repeater.
Yeah.
I am repeating this course because I have not understood. The same philosophy was used. People solved the questions, I copied the answers, and I failed
Sir, for
in the
newcomer,
answers. In the
understand your
main
point.
question paper, in the main test. It is just an advice. Please do not solve these graded assignment in these sessions.
Okay, okay. So does everyone agree
Sir,
with them? Just raise your hands
sir,
if you are agreeing. Just
we
raise
have
your hands,
already
because if everyone opens their mics, then it will not be a conversation. It is going just be a like fight of opinions. I don't want that in this session. So just raise your hands if you want me to solve. Otherwise, I have both the permissions and I don't have any kind of issue with both the ways. I
No,
myself want.
no, you are the tutor, sir. You need to take a decision. You are the tutor. You are
No,
forming
no, 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 no. See, as per the student
engineers. You
layout,
are
you have to do it.
forming
You cannot say
engineers.
like that. His decision. Some of them say I'm repeating the course. Somebody is the newcomers. We have to explain to them, no? So
Even if you
we are
are a
not going to solve
newcomer, even if you are a newcomer,
CRP.
you
We are
don't
not
want
going to
people to
Listen.
solve
we are
people.
not going to solve the
Can you please
next week.
stop for a moment and listen to me? See, these instructor sessions and PA sessions have a difference between them is that instructor sessions are for your like making the form of all the syllabus, all the practice, all of them. They are for the formation, and the main purpose of TA sessions is just for the solution of your doubts. So I cannot say that don't do it. I myself see in the previous session I was also a TA, and I saw many students, they were struggling with the GRPs, and at the end of the day we had to go to them and solve the questions for them, because like they were not getting the motivation. They were new to programming, so they don't had the complete way. They didn't know how to go to the some other platforms or YouTube, and how to have some problems. They don't have the basic knowledge, so we have to go and guide them. We are here to solve your doubts, and we will go according to what you want. Everything is according to what you want. That is why I am asking for your opinions. Kindly raise your hands and we will move according to that, please.
Actually, newcomers, once we get the hang on of this, how to go about it, so there will be no need maybe from next time onwards. Since this is the first time we are getting into it, we need little guidance.
So they are like it's been a long time since this week one content is released. So those who want to do it by yourself are already done. It's time to for the like newcomers so that so that the tutors can help them to solve this GRPS. Those who want to solve them by themselves, it's a long time. They have already done it.
Okay, raise your hands if you want me to solve, or otherwise we will move according to what they are giving their opinion. I respect their opinion also. Just raise your hand if you want me to explain by solving, and don't raise your hand if you just want me to explain and don't just give you the hints and don't solve. Which way do you prefer? I'm waiting for 1 minute. You can give your you can raise your hands accordingly. Okay, done. Most of the people want that I only give the hints, so I am going according to that way. Okay, you can lower your hands. From here we are going to solve the problems according to the hints only. Okay, so let's continue more on the study academic part. Don't focus on the opinions part. Just forget everything and focus on that. Okay, so the next question is true if a has even number of digits. Okay, so what you have to do here, you have to count the number of digits in your integer. So that's what you have to do here. You have to count the number of digits here, and then you have to also check that, but not more than 10 digits. You also have to check that there should not be more than 10 digits. So these are the two things which you have to do. The first thing is checking the number of digits, which is just like the length of the digits. Now, I can give you two hints here. Like the first keyword that I can give you is the type conversion. I hope you got the hint. And the second thing I can give you the hint of is what you can say. Yeah, the type converter. Then you can. The second thing I can give you is
Length of S.
finding the length. And then the second condition is very easy, which is checking less than 10. So we had done it here and there. Like here we had checked how to check less than 10. So the second condition is very easy. The first condition is somewhat tricky for new people. So I'm giving two keyword hints here. The first is type conversion and the second is finding the length. I had discussed it briefly when we were there in the collab sheet. You can use them and work accordingly. Okay. And the second thing is offer one cheaper. Okay, let's study it. True if the offer one is strictly cheaper. Okay, so there are two offers. Okay, the first offer is price one and discount one, and the second offer is price two and discount two. So there is original price and then you can find the discounted price. I hope you can easily do it, right? It is very logical. You can directly see and find which offer is cheaper. Like there is the price is 60 and the offer you are getting the discount of 8 rupees. So the discounted price is 52 rupees. And here also you have to check that price one and discount one is given here also. If you check, then it will come out lesser than the second one. So price one is cheaper, right? So it should give the true. The hint is there, the answer you already know, but what you have to do by yourself is writing the code actually. I hope you are liking this way of explaining, right? Is this fine now? Okay. We are not driven by ego, right? We are driven according to your needs. You can tell us what you want and we will be working accordingly.
Excuse me,
uh,
sir. One thing, sir.
okay.
We are in this code. It is seen that even if we do proper care and proper attention, due to a single mistake in code, spoil the whole program, because a single mistake will give the zero marks. So if there is any doubt, then are we free to ask you regarding the codes?
No, see what is going to happen. Like if your code get broken, like for an example, in the placeholder I'll write something very weird. Let's suppose there is integer and I say a dot length, or I say something like this, right? I am doing some crazy things which are not there in Python syntax. Then what will happen when I will run the test? Then you will see in the cases here what will happen. Okay, so as you can see, a whole code is broken, right? Like you had uh, iterated, whole the code is broken, but the error line is also shown here, as you can see.
Yes.
In which line you are getting the error? Line 22. Then you can get the hint that uh, before the line 22, there is nothing wrong. Wrong is after line 22. So you can quickly figure out, oh, there is a dot length and it should not be there. Then you will update the code and find the correct thing.
But sir,
Right?
for the beginners, it is difficult, also difficult to find the error also. This is
No,
thing.
no, no. It is very simple. You can directly see that line is 22, and then it is also showing you the line in which the error is offer one cheaper, a dot length, and then it is going to give you the error. What is the error? It is saying int object has no attribute length. So it is showing me exact thing which I had done wrong. Are you getting my point?
Just,
It is just
but,
giving
but
me the same thing as a teacher gives.
yes. No, sir, even after this, if we don't get the result, then can we ask you in the portal or something?
Okay, you can use the discourse portal here, because as I had already told you to raise your hands, and I gathered the points of the majority of the people don't want to me to discuss the
Okay, okay,
solutions here.
okay.
Okay.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
Okay. So which one is the next question? Which one do you want?
Excuse me, sir, before you proceed, I am
GRP
having some
5.
doubts in GRP 2, and I have not passed all the public tests. If you allow me to share my
Okay,
experience.
you can turn off your mic. It's causing too much noise. So this is the GRPA 5, and now let's read the question. Get age is an integer, as we can see. Dob is a str of format dd mmyy. So there will be dd, and then there will be a forward slash, then forward slash, and yy, which will be like, for an example, currently 2025 is going on, so it is going to give me 25. It will leave the last two characters. Okay. And then weight is a float character. Weight is a float integer. Okay. Now what we have to do, we have to from the standard input and print the 10th month, 5th birthday, and the last birthday. So these are the variables, we have to fill them. Okay. And these should be formatted as day, month, or year. Okay, everything is there, so let's forget studying it here. We can directly read it here. Okay. So the age is an integer. Read a number as integer from standard input. Do you know how to take the input from the user?
Yes, sir.
What I can do, like, if I want to take an integer input, I can take the input, and then I can open these parentheses, so it will take any input from the user. And then if I want to take the input as integer, I can cover it in parentheses and say int. If I want to take the input as string, I can say str. I told you all the types, so you can use it accordingly how you want. Okay. So just take the input from the user as integer here, and for the dob, take the input from the user as string. Can you do that as I had specified?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what you will be doing here, there will be day, there will be month, there will be year. So what you are doing, these three things are integer, and get the correct parts from the dob. So from where we are getting them? We are getting them from dob, from this variable, right? For that, I can give you a hint. You can use the string method called split. Okay. And then you can use the
Yes, sir.
type conversion. Okay. If everyone had opened the portal, then you can uh, try to solve this. Raise your hands if you are solving this question, or we can move.
We have to split by the slashes.
Yeah, good point. We can use the split using the slashes, and then it will be split into three parts, but those three parts will have a different type. Which kind of type?
In string, then we convert it into the integer.
Right. We have to convert it to type. We have to use a type conversion and convert it to an integer. So that's the whole point. Okay, I hope you can do that. And then the 5th birthday, which is actually the 5th birthday formatted as day, month, and year. So what you have to do, you have to use the age, you have to use the dob, and you have to find the 5th birthday of the user, of of someone, because you have taken the input from the user. So according to the input which is given by the user, you have to find the 5th birthday of that user. So what you can use, um, you can use dob solely. You don't have to use the age for it, because You just have to find the fifth birthday. So you can use the DOB and just manipulate the month, right? Sorry, year. Manipulate the year, because you had splitted the year from here. You can directly use this year. You can add something to it, like they are asking for the fifth birthday, then add 5 to the year. You can do that.
Yes.
Can you do that? Yeah. So you have to add 5 to this year, and after that, what you can do, you can use the type conversion to again convert it back to what? Can someone tell me? Because currently they are integers, right?
String.
Yeah, you can again convert it to strings, and concatenate them or join them using plus. When we use plus with strings, it concatenates the string or join the strings, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's how you can uh, solve this fifth birthday problem. Let's move to the next one, which is last birthday. In this, what you can do, you have to find the last birthday formatted as day, month, and year. It is the same as before. First, you have to find the last birthday. So this time you have to use the age, right? For finding the fifth birthday, you added 5 to the year. Am I right?
Yes.
So for finding the last birthday, how much should I add to the year? What do you say?
Plus
The
The age itself. So everything is same as before. Everything is same as the fifth birthday. Just you have to use the age now. You have to manipulate the year using age. I hope you get the point. Okay. Okay. So these problems were very easy now, but now this problem is somewhat tricky than the previous problems. Okay. So in this problem, what you have to do, you have to find the DOB same day after the 10 months formatted as day, month, or year. So the format of the date should be the same, but now something is changed. What is changed? You have to give the DOB after the 10 months. So what is tricky here? So do someone know what is tricky here?
yes.
indexing will be from 0.
Sorry?
Indexing of month will be start from 0.
Indexing of months will start from 0.
For January, so matlab, in January, when we count January, February, March from 1, but in the Python we start indexing of January from 0.
You are right about the indexing part, but here we are using the strings, right?
Oh,
So in strings, you can store the values as it is. So you can use the normal counting of the months and start from 1. That is not the main problem. Main problem is something else. Let's suppose my date of birth is something like this, 2 and then 8 and then let's say 2025, or should I say like this, 24. So after 10 months, what do you think? What should be my new date of birth?
year will change.
Year is going to change, right?
Yes.
Uh, then
Okay, so how are you going to
Then
fix it? What should be the logic of this problem?
we have to set a condition like if year is greater than 12, then we have to, if month is greater than 12, then we have to increment the year and divide and subtract the month from 12.
So okay, so what you are saying is that you have to add 10 to the months. The first task is that, right?
Yes.
Then you have to check if this month is greater than 12 or not.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
This part is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then you have to do what? If it is, then you have to add 1 to the year part, right?
Yes.
And somehow convert this month to lie
Between
in the range of
1 to
1 to 12, right? Because month
yes.
cannot exceed 12.
Yes.
So this is the task, and I can give you a hint. You can use a good thing which you had studied, I think, in week 2. I don't know why they are asking it in week 1, but this is the problem of, let me see, cipher. You can use the concept of cipher here. Did you study the Caesar cipher now?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
In
you can use the same
picture.
concept here using the modulo. Okay. I think it is complex, so try it now. If you cannot do it, and I have to help you more.
But sir, one thing,
Like,
uh, in the question in the question of in the hint of this program GRPA, it is clear then that we have to convert into, first we convert into the geo indexing, then we add, and then again then we add one. So this thing is given the question itself
who
in the
said it?
hint in the hint of this GRP. In this hint is there we have to make indexing from zero. This is given.
Okay. Okay. When you are adding months to a date, you need to make sure that the month number doesn't go beyond 12. Okay, that's what we had already discussed, because there are only 12 months. Okay. Then starting from 0, think of the months like position on a number lines that starts as at 0 instead of 1. Okay, because modulo cycles from 0 to n minus 1. Oh, it's fine, because when you will use the Caesar cipher or other kind of problem, you already minus 1 to it when you use this. So when you will minus 1 to it, then it will lie to the range of 0 to n minus 1. Just try this problem, then we can discuss it further. Did someone solve this problem already?
Yes, sir. I've solved using
Yes,
if
it
loop.
is all in the last lectures.
No, did you solve it? You are pasting the complete solution. It is not going to come the complete one. Just copy the 10th month, and then we can discuss on that.
So I have pinned.
You are using if here, right?
No, sir.
If is not covered right now.
So
No,
it's
no,
in
if
week
not if.
2. It's covered in the week 2.
I'm not using if, sir.
Like Praveen Mishra. Layanta, I think your code is not completely there, because you pasted the complete code. Just copy the 10th month and paste it here. Then it will be available. Okay, let's discuss on that. I will not be solving them because you don't want me to solve them. Okay. So see what is happening here. This is the str of day, right? Day will not change. Day is going to be exactly same. Okay. And then there is this forward slash sign. It is also going to be same, because we want this to be in the format of ddmmyy. So that is why there is a forward slash. Then the month is going to change. What is happening here? He is adding 9 to the month. Why he is adding 9 to the month? Do someone know? for the sake of modulo, right?
Is month plus 10 minus 1.
It should be like that.
See, it is adding here 9 because the modulo is going to cycle between 0 and 11. Modulo doesn't is not going to give you 12 itself, right?
Yes.
Like for an example, if you find the modulo of any number with 12, then the range of the modulo will be between 0 and 11. But for some reason, consider a scenario. Let's take an example. Let's say if my date of birth is something like this, that 2, 2, and 24, then what should be the output? What do you say?
2, 12, 24.
2, 12, 24, right? But if I add 10 here and then I directly find the modulo, then modulo is going to give me a number between 0 and 11. Do you agree?
Yes.
It is not going to give me 12. That is why he is adding 9, only 9 here, then finding the modulo, then adding the remaining one. Okay,
Yes.
for the sake of the recovery, because the modulo is giving 1 less than, that is why for the sake of recovery he is adding 1 more to it. So that is the concept here. And now the other forward slash is here for the sake of DDMMYY. And let's move to the year. What we are saying that year is here, and then he's finding the flow division, because flow division flow division is going to give me how much it is getting after adding the month. Like for an example, if my 1 month was something like 12, then if I add 10 to it, it is going to become 22, right? And then if I divide 22 by 12, then what is going to come out? 1 is
One.
going to come out, right?
Yes.
Because it is not more than 24, and it cannot be more than 24 if we are adding only 10. It is logical, right? The date of
Yes.
birth cannot be more than 12, and it can, if I add 10 here, then it cannot be more than 22. So that is the concept here. So this thing is going to handle the adding of 1 year or not. Like we had the confusion that should we add one or should we not add one. So this concept is going to cover that problem. If the this flow division is going to give 1, then we are going to add that. And if my date of birth is something like this, then if I add 10 here, then what will be the month? Sorry, if I add month 9 here for the sake of modulo, then what will be the month? 10, right?
10.
And when I flow divide 10 by 12, then it is going to give me 0.
Yes.
So that the year will remain the same, exactly same. So that is the concept here. Are you getting the point?
Yes.
Okay, so here what we have to do, we have to print the 10th month, which we had found here, and then we have to find the 5th birthday, which we had found here, and then we are going to find the last birthday, right? In the same line, separated by comma and a space. You can use the print statement like this. For the hint of it, what I can do, all the 3 variables are here, you can use them. And then I can give you a hint that if you print multiple things, Python in the same line, then Python adds a space between them. So you have to use string concatenation, because if you use the default Python print statement, and let's say if you use something like this, like 10th month, and then you add the comma here, and then the 5th birthday, and then the 10th month, then it is not going to work according to what they are asking, because Python is going to add spaces between them, and it is going to ruin the whole format. So you have to use the string concatenation. Do you know how to use string concatenation?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so you have to use that here.
Sir.
Okay, so this thing is also very easy. Now you have to take the input as you had taken from here, age and DOB. Just like that, you have to take the input here. Like we had discussed here, if you want to take the input, you can use something, this function called input, and then you can wrap it, and then you can use the type here, like int, if you want to take the integer input, and then str if you want to take the str, and if you want to take the float, you can use the type float, right? Okay, so this part is also clear. You can take the input of the weight, and then they are asking weight readable. So this is something different. They want us to reformat weight of format 55 kg, this kind of format. They are going to give us floats, and float will be something like this, like 55.25, something like this. So now we have to format according this, according this thing. We have to give the format according to there will be before the decimal, everything is in kilograms. So we will extract this 55 and we will add a kg here, and we will extract everything which is after decimal, and we will add some zeros if they are not there, and then we will be done. So for the hints, I will give you a string method called split you can use. And the second thing you have to use is string concatenation. If you can use these two things, then you can solve this problem. Okay.
Yes. We can create two variables also, separate float part and
Yeah, you can
subtract.
use the split method and create two variables also.
Okay.
Like we had done here, right? Day, month, and year.
Yes.
We just expanded this DOB using these three variables. Everything is same, but we are just creating more variables using the same DOB. So same kind of concept you can use here for finding the weight readable. Just take the format seriously. You have to add the space, how many they had given, the kg in the all smalls, and the grams in all smalls. So the format should be the same. Everything is accordingly. Okay. Next question.
Excuse me, sir. Actually, I'm having problem in GRP2. I have passed all the private tests, but in public test, I'm not getting.
The private ones.
Yeah, yeah. No, no, in public ones.
The private test cases are passing, but the public is not completely passing, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So
If
let's discuss
you
on that. This is
if
the
you allow
GRP.
if you allow me to share my screen, then I can.
GRBA 2 of week 1 or week 2?
Week one, week one.
But this is the GRPA which we had already discussed about, right?
Yes, yes, yes. I have
So
I have already written the codes, but I don't know where I am getting wrong.
it's the output 1 to output 4 should be right because we had solved it already, right?
Yeah, yeah, I have already done, and I am getting wrong in case 5. And
You are getting the error in output 5.
yeah, that is showing right now here in my screen, but I don't know.
See, I can elaborate on the hints which I had given so that you can use them. Now I am giving you the instructions. I will not write the code because it is the majority that don't want me to write the code. So I will give you the instructions. The first thing you have to do is convert your integer to string. Okay.
Okay. I have already done the same as you have done, or the previous instruction done, but the same problem I am getting. I stuck
Just
at the case 5.
what you had done,
Let
how
me
you had
just
implemented
uh,
this.
let me complete. Out of first, I have yes, I have done. Uh, First, I have converted the in string and then modulo to
The
uh,
second thing you have to do is find the length of the string of this string. You had done the
yeah,
same.
yeah. And then the same thing I have done, but compared with the my 10, less
The
than 10.
third thing what you had done is using modulo,
Yes,
find uh, the remainder with 2,
yeah,
remainder with 2 to be 0. That
0,
is
yes,
what you had done, right?
yes.
And the fourth step should be what is the second condition they had asked? Number A has even but not more than 10 digits. So
Yes,
length of the fourth step is to check length of this new str of A
should be
should
less than
not
10.
be
Should be less than
or
10.
less than 10, right?
Yeah.
But there is one issue.
What?
They are saying not more than 10 digits, right?
Yes.
They are not saying that the number should be always they are just saying more than 10. They are not saying equal to 10. So you can add equal in your condition.
Okay. Let me check.
Try to do it.
Mhm.
Okay, next doubts in the meanwhile. I think it will solve his issue. Next question. Which question you are having doubts?
GRP 4.
Okay, GRPA4. See, the question should be there. Okay. There are some words given, word 1, word 2, and word 3. As you can see, they are strings. Then there is a sentence, it is also a string. Then there are two integers called n1 and n2. So these are the inputs which is given to us as prefix. Now in output 1, what we have to do, we have to join word 1 and word 2 with space in between. So it is very easy. I think you should have implemented it already, right? Just have to
Yeah, just trying
concatenate
to
between two
verify.
words.
Yeah, just trying to
Just have to
verify if
use,
I'm on the right.
yeah, you can use concatenation between word 1 and then there is a space and word 2. These are the three things which you have to use the concatenation between using the plus sign. So this is the first output. For the second output, you have to join first four letters of word 1 and last four letters of word 2 with a hyphen in between. Okay. So something like this, like word 1 is given to us, word 2 is also given to us. So now what we have to use, we have to join first four letters of word 1. Like word 1 is here, so I am taking the first four word of it, wing, and then there will be a hyphen, and then there will be last four letters of word 2, yosa. So this is what they are asking for. Okay, so we understood what they are asking. Now we should understand how we can achieve the required output. What we can use the range indexing. Range indexing in Python. Let's take a brief tutorial on that. Let's suppose I want to find the first five letters of a word. So how I can do this? Let's suppose I have a str called word, for example, and I want to find the first 5 words of it. So what I can do, I can use the colon in between, and for the beginning, because I am going from the start, I can leave it as it is, because when we leave the starting point as it is, sees it Python starts it from 0. So it will start from the first letter. Now, for how much we have to go, we have to go till the fifth letter. But in indexing, for the ending part, we have to give one more than the actual index we want. So in here, w is at index 0, I is at the index 1, n is at index 2, and g is at index 3, and a is at index 4. So these are the 5 letters I want. But in Python, at the ending position, we have to give one more than the actual indexing we want. So now we have to give 5 here. Then only Python will interpret it as 0 to 4. So Python will go from index 0 to index 4, and it will give me first 5 words. So this is how you find the first 5 words, or the first 4 words, or the first n letters. Sorry, I was using the words. First n letters. Okay. And if I want to go from certain letters to the end of the word, then I have to use the negative indexing. I can use the negative indexing. So first I want to ask you a question, what this is going to give me for word 1. What do you think?
Last
The
letter.
last one.
Okay.
Last
And
letter.
this second last.
Second
This,
last.
Second last. Third
Third last.
and
last.
this is the fourth last letter, right?
Yes.
So I want to take the fourth
Yeah.
last letter of the word 2, and then I want to go from this letter to the end of the end of the word, right? For that, what I can do, I can leave the ending position as it is. Python will interpret it as I want to go from the last fourth word to the end of, sorry, last fourth letter to the end of the word. Are you getting my point?
Yes, yes, yes. Also, could you please zoom
Yes, sir.
the part, please?
Oh, sorry, please remind me, because it is not
Ah,
always
no,
possible to. Okay.
no worries, no worries.
Output 2 is clear, right?
Right, right.
Output 3. Join the word 3 and N1. What is N1? Akash Jadon. What is your doubt?
If we only like from first letter to last letter,
Right.
then we can only use colon.
If I want to take the entire word without missing anything,
Yes, sir.
yeah,
Yes,
you
sir.
can directly use the word itself, because word itself is containing everything, right?
No, I know this one, and I won't like this.
Okay, okay. You are adding on it, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you use only colon, then you are right. It is going to take the exact whole word as it is. And it is useful in some situations. Let's suppose I want to make a copy of word 1. So I can say word is equal to word 1 and taking all of that. So this concept is useful when you will be studying lists, because some things will be changing there. But for strings, you can directly say word is equal to word 1. But yeah, your pointing it out is also right, because some students can have doubts on it. So thank you for that.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.
Output 3, then you have to join the word 3 and n1 with a space in between. It is also very easy, right? You have to, I am just giving you the keyword for it, because it is very easy. You have to use the type conversion and then concatenation, because Python cannot concatenate two different data types. First one is integer, second one is string. So you cannot do something like this, right? Can you do it? Hello?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay. Now output 4. See what is happening here. Just the hyphen repeated 50 times. Do you know how to replicate a string?
Yes.
Let me give you brief tutorial on it first. Okay, so let's suppose I have something like this. Uh, word is equal to a, let's say, or let's say star. And now what I will do, I will say print word multiply by 15, or for now let's say 5. What is coming out?
You repeated 5 times.
Yeah,
Star repeated five times.
this star is replicating 5 times. So this is how you use the multiplication sign with strings. When you multiply a string with an integer, then it is going to replicate the string as many times as you given the integer. So if I want to replicate my star 50 times, then I will multiply my word 50 to the 50. Then it will give me 50 stars. You can count if you can. Okay. The same thing you can use here. Now tell me, can you do it?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, this is just the I'm adding the concept. This is the concept of string replication, and this one also. Previously you have to replicate the hyphen 50 times. Now you have to replicate the hyphen n2 times. Now the data is dynamic n2. Okay, let's move to the output 6. Here you have to repeat the number n1 n2 times.
The screen is different.
Oh, sorry. Okay, so see, output 4 which we were discussing about, you have to just replicate the hyphen 50 times. Can you do that? Just like we had
Yes,
replicated the star. Yeah,
yes, yes,
and
yes.
then you have to in the output file you have to replicate the hyphen n2 times. N2 is here. Can you do that?
Okay, okay. Yes, yes.
Okay. Now output 6 is somewhat different. It is same as before, but it is somewhat different. Here what you have to do, you have to repeat the number n1 n2 times. Can you do that? You have to repeat
By
this n1.
replication. हाँ तो plus 6
Type
plus
as
4
one.
that is 10.
No, you don't have to add them. You have to repeat them, just like we had done with the stars. Remember, you don't have to
Yeah,
add
but
them.
that was one number. Here N1 and N2 is 6 and 4
String
individually.
and one.
So we have to do type conversion of n1 into this
String
String,
and one
n2.
into and two.
Okay,
right?
okay, okay.
You have to first, right? You have to first convert your n1 to a string, because then only you can replicate it. Otherwise, n1 and n2 will be multiplied if both are numbers.
Got
It
it,
will
got
give
it,
you 24,
got
right?
it.
Yeah. So there are two concepts which you can use. The first is type conversion, and then the second is string replication, right? Okay, so now other variable, are all words equal? Okay, this is boolean and you have to give the value as true or false. So you have to give true if all the three words are equal. What are the three words? Word 1, word 2, and word 3. Now tell me, how can you do that? You just have to use some kind of operators. You have to use comparison operators. Comparison operators are what? Like this: equal, equal, not equal. These are the comparison operators. It is also easy, right? You can just have to use these and check if all the three words are equal or not. Is it doable?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move to the next one. Is word one comes before other two? Okay. So see, this time also we have to give the boolean value, and we have to give true if word one comes before word two, and word three assume all words are different. Okay, so this is the first sentence. Word one comes before sorry, before word 2 and word 3. This is the first sentence. We have to check if word 1 is coming before word 1, word 2 and word 3. How do we check that? For that we have to check if word 1 is at the initial position of word 2 or word 3. For that there is a method you can use. There is a method, a string method called starts with. Do you remember, like, do you even use it? Starts with. Do you know how to use it?
No.
Okay, so you have to go to the internet and search how to use it, or I can give you a brief tutorial on it. Let me give. See what is going to happen. Let's say my word one is something like add. Okay, and now my word two is adjective, and my word three is adverb. Now tell me, is word one coming before word two? True or false?
Yes. True, true, true.
True.
Okay, so this is the human implementation. We are just seeing by our eyes and we are saying true. But in Python, how can we compare it? We can use this method called starts with. We will say, is word two starting with word one or not? I am asking Python if word two is starting with word one or not. And Python will return true or false. Python is saying true. Are you getting my point?
Yes, yes.
And if I give something like word 4 and I say something like conjunction, and now if I say word 4 dot starts with word 1, then it is going to give me false because word 4 is not starting with add word 1. Okay, so using this starts with, you can compare if someone is coming before or after other words. So this is the solution of the first word, first sentence. What is the first sentence? Word 1 is coming before word 2 and word 3. So you can use the starts with function with word 2 and word 3 one by one, and then you can check if all the conditions are satisfying or not, and assume all words are different. So this is the only thing you have to check, because you have to uh, satisfy both the conditions. Then will you use or and?
And
Right. So this is logical operator. So you also have to use logical operators because there are more than one conditions. What are logical operators? And, or, and not. Okay, so these are the concepts you have to use here. And let's move to the next one. Has h. If word one has the letter h, so it is checking the membership if h is a member of word one or not, right?
H and word H.
yes.
Word one.
So you can use a operator here which is called in operator. Do you know how to use the in operator?
Yes.
In operator is a membership operator. Let's go and see a quick tutorial on this in operator. Okay, so let's say I have adjective, I have adverb, I have conjunction. So let's suppose I also have some other word, word 5, let's say, and here I have hello, how are you? And now let's test first your human eyes. Is H a member of word 3? Is H a member of word 3 or not? Like,
Yes, yes.
is there any H in word 3?
Yes.
No, no, no.
Yes.
No, no.
Is H a member of word 2?
No.
No.
And what about word 5?
Yes.
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 So that's how you are saying it logically. But how Python do it? Python is going to use this in operator. In operator is a membership operator which tells that first thing is a member of the second thing or not. Like, in is a membership operator. Membership operator. Okay, so let's test this. So I will say H in word 2. So how in works? In is going to take the previous word and going to check the membership of the previous word in the next word to it. That's simple. So as you had told me, H is not a member of word 2. As you had told me, H is not a member of word 3. It is giving false. But when I will change it to word 5, then it will give me true. Got the point?
Yes.
Okay, great. So same thing you have to use here. You will just, let me go to the portal. Same thing you have to use here. Use the in operator and check the membership of H with the word 1. Can you do that now?
Yes, now.
Yes.
Okay, so last thing is ends with a. So I have already discussed the method called starts with. So there is a similar method called ends with. Can you solve it like I had done with starts with? Everything is same. Just starts with was checking one thing at the start of the sentence, but ends with is checking the membership at the end of the sentence. Can you do it? You just have to check that a word is ending with a or capital A. There are two conditions, and also you have to use the logical operators. Okay, I will take a brief test of yours. Which one of them you are going to use, and or not? See the condition. Sorry.
Or capital A or small.
Or, right. See, they are asking us to use the or. As you can see, they are saying that return true if any one of the condition gets true. If word 1 ends with small a, it is true. Or if word 1 ends with capital A, then also return the true. So we just have to satisfy one of the both conditions. We just have to satisfy one condition. And in this type of situations, we use or. Okay. Okay, so now this is the last variable of it. It is also boolean and it will return true if the sentence has the word Python. Now this is up to you. Tell me how you are going to solve it. Everything is not like I am not going to tell you everything. What do you think?
Python inheritance. Python string.
Here you are going to check the membership, right?
Yes.
If the word Python is a member of the sentence or not. And for the membership, you use this operator, right? In operator. So you can directly use the in operator and find it. I'm leaving it up to you. I hope all the questions, I hope you understand them
Yes,
now.
so I have a doubt.
Yes.
Okay, tell me.
GRP too, I have a doubt. Week 2 GRP.
Which GRPA? Sorry.
Week 2.
Okay, week 2. Which one?
GRPA, wait a second, so 3. Actually, part time in hours, I'm not getting how to get it.
GRPA 3. Okay.
Week 2 GRPA 3.
Yeah, I am at week 2 GRPA 3.
Yes, yes. Uh, the part which is asking time in hours. This much I have done.
Okay, we are going to cover it whole. Don't worry. So let's see what is the question. The part 1 is going to use only if. The part 2 is going to use if else, and the part 3 is going to use if elif. Okay. So this is the part 1 where we have to use only basic if. So new word is equal to word. What is word? Word is glow. So new word is a copy of word. They are copying this word called glow, and they are making the copy and they are calling it new word. Is this part clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so remove the ing suffix from new word if it is there. So see, the word glow is there as the prefix, but what is going to happen in test case, they are going to change it again and again. As you can see here in the first test case, they are using glow, but they are using glowing here. So they are changing it according to their needs. So don't get distracted by this glow, because this word can be changed by the suffix which is not shown to you in the suffix there. So don't get distracted by this glow, because everything is decided as the in the test cases. So what you have to do, you have to check in the if condition if my new word is containing ing or not. And this is a question of membership. You can use the in operator here again. It is a one line solution. Can someone give me the condition for it?
If ing in word in new word.
Great. If ing in new word, right? This is the condition.
Yes.
Okay, so this is the condition, and then if this condition gets true, then we have to fill this line. How do you remove it? How can you remove it?
Remove the last three part of minus 3 colon I have taken. Colon minus
Okay.
3.
You just have to remove the last three words. So you can go
Yes.
from -3 to the last one, na? Right? Let me give you, or I will just give you the tutorial here. Okay. So you can use something like this. You can take your word or new word which you were working on. I am just giving you a brief tutorial, and then you can go from -3 to the last. And for the last, I am going to leave it empty. Python is going to interpret it as that it have to move to the last one, right? And then for updating your word, you just have to say word is equal to word from -3 to the end. Got the point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Then add the suffix ing to a new word. This is the problem, the part 2. Add the suffix ing to new word. New word is this. If continuous tense is true. What is continuous tense? It is a boolean here, as you can see. Okay. So if this continuous tense is true, then you have to write the sorry, then you have to add the suffix ing to the new word. You can add it using the concatenation. It is very easy. It is more easy than removing the ing, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
If
So
continuous is true, then add
yeah,
the
the condition is going to be that the continuous tense should be true. So
yes.
you just have to give a boolean value here that if continuous tense, then do it. Otherwise, do it.
Not here, sir. Upper part. Here to
So
age group.
sorry.
Not here. Here it is mentioned that age group part.
Okay. So you have to add the if else block here. This part,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So I had given you the hints. You can do that. Let's move to the age group part. Age group is str, and it is given here. Not given here. Age is 5 is member. Okay, okay. They are creating the age group by themselves. Okay. Should be adult or child based on the age. So you have to check the age and you have to create a variable by yourself, age group. It is not given by them. We have to create that. And we have two categories for the age group. The first one is adult and the second one is child. And how can we do that? We will check that assume age greater than or equal to 18 is adult. So you just have to add the condition that if my age is greater than or equal to adult, then I will initialize this age group variable and I will make it equal to adult. And in the else block, you will say age group is equal to child. Are you getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See the next problem, applicant type, and this is going to be, yeah, we have to make that. And should be age group with the member status like adult member or child non-member. So applicant type can be like that. Write the whole if else block. So what we have to do here,
We
with the
can say
member status, you have to
if
use this
is
is member.
is member. Yes, sir.
Yeah, using this is member, you have to check that if they are the member of or not, and age group is already initialized here, right? In this part.
Yes.
So you just have to concatenate the age group with the status. You can create a separate variable called status, and using the same kind of logic, you can make the status as member or non-member, and then
So
concatenate both of them.
what I did is if I write if is member, then in the intent part applicant type equals to age group plus member. Uh,
Right.
I have a doubt like in the member part we have to write member in the uppercase or the lowercase.
Like it is given there. The example are just for the reference. Like if it is a member, then M should be in capital case. If it is not a member, then N should be capital. M is going to be in small.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So you can take the reference from here. That is why the examples are given. Part 3, if, elif, and else. Based on the value of the color code which is given above, even, and there are going to be three color code. R is for red, G is for green, and B is for blue. Okay. Based on the value of the color code, assign the color value in lowercase and black if color code is none of R, B, and G. If the color code is not in R, B, and G, then you have to make the color as black. Otherwise, you have to give the color value in lowercase. Like for an example, if my color code is R, then you have to make the color is equal to red in a small case.
Yes.
And then if it is B, then you have to add blue, and if it is G, then you have to add in lowercase green. Otherwise, you have to add the color is equal to black.
Means else in the else part we have to write color equals to black.
Not double equals. Double equal is for comparison.
Sorry. Color equals to black. Sorry.
Sorry.
Color equals to black only.
Right.
In the else part. Okay.
Yeah, you can use these three condition, one for red, one for blue, one for green, according to your choice.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Is time valid? Okay. You have to return true if the time is valid. What is the range for the valid? It should be ranging from 1 to 12, both including. So it is inclusive, not an exclusive. So if my time is not between, ranging from 1 to 12, including them also, 1 should also be included and 12 should also be included, then you should return true. Otherwise, you should return false. So this time you don't even have to use the if else. It is just given here. The time is given here. Just use the like indexing and extract the first two numbers and then convert it to integer and just compare that if my time is between the range, then I will return true, otherwise it return false. Okay.
Sir, I have pasted this is time valid code. Can you check it is correct or not?
One, okay, int time Why are you extracting the last? Okay, okay. From starting to the 3. Yeah, it is right, but we have to see if this 0 is going to cause some errors or not, because you are converting it to integer, but a 0 is before that. So did you check that it is it giving some kind of errors?
Actually, I have not written the full solution, so it's showing like some
Let's
error.
check it. Let's check if I convert 02 or 01 or 02 to integer, will it give me error or will it give me just 2? Okay, so it is not giving me error. Your solution is right. It is just giving me true. Okay. It is not giving error here. So the solution which you had pasted just now, it should work correctly, because you are just checking the range between 1 to 12, and you are also extracting the time in the right way. So it should work according like in the right way.
So the time in hours part will explain it.
Okay, let's see that time in hours.
So
So
you can explain it in the collab, if not on the portal side.
okay, okay, okay. Time in hours is an integer and should have the time in 24 hours format, right?
Yes.
Try to do this in a single expression. So you don't have to use if else, and you have to do it in the single expression. So it is going to be like it is great problem, good problem. So let's move to the collab and try to do it. Okay, so let's suppose my time is my screen visible? Should I zoom?
Yes, sir. Visible. Little bit zoom can be helpful. Yes, sir. Okay.
Okay, so let's say my time is 2 p.m. like before.
Yes.
And now what I am going to do, I am going to check this PM and AM, and according to that, I have to add the 12 to it, right? So what I can do, I can use something like this. See, had you studied the short forms of if else, like
Short forms.
like writing them in the single line?
Yes, sir. I'm repeater. I know those things.
Okay, so you have to use that here. Like what you can do, you can create two variables. You can uh, see the time number, and there will be time. What do you call this? Let's say I am saying schedules, just where I in this variable I am going to store AM and PM, and in this variable I am going to store the number. So it is just like before, I will say int time from starting to 3, just like you had done, right?
Yes.
Is the first variable, and for the second variable it is not int, it is just str, so I don't have to do anything. I will just say time from -2 to the last. Okay. Now if you see, if I print time number, and you should check it first by printing, otherwise you will face some errors. So as you can see, 2 is coming out and PM is coming out, everything is fine. And now
In
using
2 p.m.
them,
is
sorry.
in the time part. It's 2 p.m.
Right, if the time is in PM, then what you have to do,
Then have to convert in the 24 hours format. I think.
you have to do what, you have to add 12 to it if it is in PM. So
Yes.
what I will say, time in hours will be something like this. I will say my time number plus 12 if my schedule is equal to PM, else I should just give time number as it is, because if it is AM, then I don't have to add anything, right?
Yes.
So that's it, you have to solve it like this.
Means if it's 1 p.m., then we have to add 12, then it will become in the 24 hours format, like 13 hours, 1300 hours, something like that.
Right. And one more thing which I want your focus to be drawn, like for an example, let's suppose I have something like this. My time is 2 a.m. Now tell me what is going to be my output. What is going to be my output? Tell me.
2 a.m. will be the 2 a.m. I think.
No, I am asking about this time in hours. What will be the time in hours?
2.
2, sir.
2, but there will be a very big issue. Like it will come out like this. See. Can you see a 0 before 2?
No, sir.
But it was there in the previous time, right?
Yes.
So we are missing the information. We have to retrieve the information. If my time were PM, then it will return something like 14, and we want it to return 14, right? There
Yes.
is no zero behind. So in the case of PM, we don't have to do anything. But in the case of AM, we have to add a zero before it. Okay. So what I will do, I will convert this whole expression into str because they want the output in the str. And in the case of the AM, what I will do, I will again convert it to str and I will concatenate it with 0. Right?
Okay.
Or the better way would be here, because it is again going to cause you some kind of error. So better way would be just create this variable time number as without this int here. Just it is not so complex. I am creating this time number here as it is without converting it to string. And then what I will do, I will store, I will say it time short because it is string. So I will not call it time number, and I will say time number is equal to int of time short. Is this part clear? What I had done just now? I had removed the int from here and I had created a separate variable for the integer part. Okay. And why I had done that? Because time number is required for for adding 12, because we cannot add 12 using strings. So that is why the integer form of time short is required. But for the output, we require the original 02 or 03 or any other thing. So that is why instead of returning time number, I will just return time short, which is already a string. Now, as you can see, everything will come accordingly. Like if I say 2 p.m., then it is returning 14. If I say 2 a.m., then it is returning just the time short as it is, which is 02. Okay, are you getting why I had done something like this? Str different, int different.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that was a tutorial of this question.
To handle the case of AMs. That's
Uh,
right.
Try to do it like this, like I had done it, and then the case should pass.
Okay.
Okay, so this is time in hours and time of day. Okay, let's see also that time of day. Str should have the time of the day as morning, etc. Use invalid if not within the acceptable range. So you just have to convert your time as morning and then um, what do you say, evening and then afternoon, but the range is not given here. So let's see the range as at the time cases. So is time valid is not the one which want time of day. Okay, so as you can see, if 12 a.m. is given, then it is returning night. If 12 p.m. is given, then it is returning afternoon. But the 13 p.m. if it is given, then it is returning invalid. Okay, so you just have to try some different things and check which one is working for you, because nothing is specified in detail here. Let me see in the question. Okay, it is not given in detail, so you can cross verify the things using a different kind of ranges by yourself and converting it to morning evening according to the needs, and then see if it is passing all the test cases or not, because nothing is specified in detail here, so I cannot make a comment on it. Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
Okay, I think the session is at its end. uh,
Excuse me, sir. In week 2 GRPA, one eye problem.
okay,
Uh,
let's see that.
uh,
Week 2 grpa 1.
yes, sir. Yes,
Okay,
in circle swap, I am confusing.
this circular swap.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's study the problem first. What is the problem? Swap the values of x1 and x2. So you just have to swap the value of x1 and x2, right?
Yes,
Can you
yes.
can you do that?
Yes, yes, x1, x2 is equal to x2, x1. This is done.
Okay, so you can also do the circular swap in the same way. Let
But
me
is giving another answer, not giving the correct answer.
okay, let me see if you had done something like this, like a is equal to, let's say, 10, b let's say 12, and c let's say 14. Okay,
Yes.
now what I will do, I will do the circular swap. I will say a b c is equal to b c a. Okay,
Oh, I said like that.
now if I want to print abc, as you can see, a is converted to b, which is 12, b is converted to 14, which is c, and c is converted to a, which is 10. It is circularly swapped.
This way we have to do. Okay, okay, okay.
Okay, now I think it should be clear, right?
This is clear.
Sir, the criteria of the time is mentioned in the template code. I forgot to mention that.
In the previous question, grba 3.
Yes, 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 yes. It
Oh,
was
let's
mentioned
see
in the
that.
template.
Okay.
Yes, sir. There in the template code. Here,
Where?
here in the right side. Time equals to 2 p.m. where written is. Yes, sir. Here. No,
Where?
no. Right side, right side, right side. Sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, in the prefix you are saying.
Yes. Sir.
Okay, so morning is between 6 a.m. to 12 p.m. Afternoon is 12 p.m. to 6 p.m. Evening is 6 p.m. to 12 a.m. and night is at 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. Okay, so all the things are given to you. You just have to use the if else condition here
Yes.
and give the correct category.
No need to,
And
sir.
sorry.
Okay, sir. Continue, sir.
Okay. Do you have any more doubts? Should I conclude the session?
Yes.
Any more people here who have some doubts? No? Okay. So let me end this session by giving you some kind of tips if you want. I know it is not good to give free tips, but yeah, I can use some time to give you. Okay. So see, you are going to do different kind of things in this course, and in the later parts also, you are going to study different kind of courses which will include the use cases of programming. In some cases you will find yourself using the python to solve machine learning problems. In some cases you will be using java to learn the basics of it. In some cases you will see how do you do the data structures and algorithm and using the python. So there will be different kind of programming courses later. Somewhere you will use the command line and you will be learning linux. So there are different kind of things you have to learn, but the main thing that you have to focus, the first thing is logic. You should focus more on the logic building. And how do you do that? Let's suppose I give you the question, I give you a problem. Are you listening, everyone?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's suppose I give you a problem. Then no matter, let's suppose you are unable to make the Python code for it, but if you can make the logic out of it, if you can explain that, sir, I can solve this particular problem by doing these steps, step 1 and then step 2 and then step 3. If you can make this kind of roadmap, or if you can make the complete logic, I'm not asking Python logic, I am asking the logic in your own language, English or other language, Hindi or any kind of language. If you can make the logic out of it, that's why before teaching us Python, they had taught us computational thinking, right? CT. In the whole course, what they had taught us, they had just taught us how to think like a programmer, how to think how a computer makes its logic. So that is the main purpose of programming. If you can achieve this purpose, then you can learn any language, not only Python. You can go to, if you want to go to web development, then you have to learn the JavaScript. If you want to go to some other kind of fields, like the backend of the web development, then it can be done using Python, it can be done using Java. Or if you are going to app development, then you can learn C sharp, or again Java and C++. And for again the game development, there are some other languages. So there are infinite different languages for computers, and every single language have its own purpose. They are not just for the show, they have their own purposes. But if you have a good logic building, then you can learn any language very easily. This is your, I think, most of the, for the most of you, this is your first programming language. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, so if you
Yes,
learn
sir.
this language with your heart, if you learn this language with your heart, and if you focus on all the things which are happening in this, if you don't laze out and focus on all the things and focus more on the logic building, then after learning Python, you can learn other languages in very easily. Sorry, I am missing on the grammar parts. Sorry for that. But you can learn all other languages very easily, because in the other languages there will be very similar concepts, right? There will be variables, there will be data types, there will be operators. All the things will be similar. The syntax will change, but the logic will be the same. Okay, so the main thing is logic building in programming. And the second thing I want to give you is how to improve this logic building, right? Now I had explained what matters. Now you should have the curiosity that, sir, how should I how can I improve my logic building? Do you have the same question?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, the answer for that is by solving as much problems and as much variety of problems as you can. Okay, and for that you can have some resources, like there is lead code. Do you know about it, lead code?
Yes.
Lead code is a website where you can find different problems and you can solve them using Python. You can solve them in every programming languages, but for now you are learning Python, so you can go to lead code. And lead code is not that easy, so you have to choose the easy problems, otherwise you will be feeling that I am not able to solve the problems. No, the lead code is not so easy. So let's suppose you are learning the strings right now, so you can go to lead code and search the string problems and see which one are easy and start solving them. And there are also other websites called HackerRank, and there is a universal website which is very famous right now, and that is ChatGPT. And the advantage of ChatGPT is that you can ask ChatGPT to create some problems which are at your level. Like you are a beginner, you can ask ChatGPT, hey GPT, create beginner level of problems of strings for me. and it will create. If you want intermediate problems or advanced problems, you can ask ChatGPT and it will work according to your needs. Okay, so that's about it. And also IITM portal, like GRPs, they are also very at the very good level, so you should also solve them. Just focus on one thing. uh, Previously nothing, no one mentioned it, but now at the age of programming and at the age of artificial intelligence, it is very important that don't use AI to ask for solutions. Solve by yourselves, and if you are failing to solve, you can ask hints. You can come here in the session and you can ask hints to me, and you can also go to the chat gpt and ask the hints to it. Are you getting my point? In the
Yes.
starting of the session, someone mentioned it, like you are not supposed to solve the problems. Like they are right. I agree with their point, and I was doing the wrong thing. Like I should not give you the complete solution. Their point was completely valid. uh, the best way to learn programming is to doing everything by yourself. So I am with their opinion. They were right on that. So you should solve as much as you can. But as a ta, we can, like, we are for you, we want to solve your doubts as much as we can. So if you found yourself stuck, and the chat gpt itself is failing to give you correct solutions, or you are not understanding the solution. Let's suppose chat gpt gives you the correct solution, and the output, uh, all the test cases are passing, but you are not satisfied, you are saying that I don't understand. Then you can come here and we will discuss the solution of it. That is why we are there. So I hope you will follow all these guides which I had given, and you will improve.
Sir, I have a question, sir.
Okay.
What's your typing speed, sir?
This 70 word per minute. I don't want to flex about it, but you asked it. Okay. You can improve it, just like the programming. Just go to some typing websites and
Yes, sir. I'm
practice it.
working on that, so that's why I asked.
Okay. Okay. Good luck. Okay.
Thank you,
We are
sir.
concluding the session here. Thank you everyone for joining the session and being there
Thank
for
you,
at the
sir.
last. Okay. Bye.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Good
sir.
night.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.